Have you ever wondered why you feel lazy, unmotivated, or constantly struggling to find peace even though you pray and try your best? The secret might be hidden in what you do right after Fajr. The Prophet told us that the morning hours carry the blessings of Allah, yet most people throw them away by going back to sleep. What if I told you that the time between Fajr and sunrise could completely change your life, bringing Barakah, clarity and strength into your day? Today we're uncovering the hidden danger of sleeping after Fajr, and why Allah and His Messenger warned us about neglecting this sacred time. Stay till the end, because once you understand this, you'll never look at your mornings the same way again. The time of Fajr is not just another part of the day. It is a sacred gateway between night and dawn, between rest and awakening, between heedlessness and remembrance. It is a time when the world is silent, the heart is still, and the believer stands before Allah in purity and submission. The Quran and the Sunnah both highlight this time as one of divine presence, spiritual energy, and immense barakah. Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, the recitation of the Quran at Fajr is ever witnessed." Surah Al-Isra 17:78. This verse tells us that the angels witness the recitation and worship performed at Fajr. Imagine your words, your prayer, your remembrance are not only heard by Allah, but also recorded by the angels as special acts of devotion. Fajr is a time when the gates of mercy are open, when prayers are answered, and when the soul is at its most sincere. The Prophet Muhammad made dua for his ummah saying, "O Allah, bless my nation in their early mornings." Really? This hadith reveals a hidden secret. The morning carries the key to blessings, barakah, success, productivity, clarity, and peace. All begin with how we start our morning. When one prays Fajr and stays awake in remembrance, the day unfolds with purpose and light. But when one sleeps through it, the entire rhythm of life becomes heavy, restless, and spiritually dim. The Fajr time represents discipline and love for Allah. To wake up before sunrise, leaving the comfort of sleep, shows sincerity and sacrifice. It is a moment of spiritual intimacy. When the world sleeps, the believer stands in front of his Creator, whispering his needs, seeking forgiveness, and expressing gratitude. The Prophet said that Allah descends to the lowest heaven during the last part of the night and calls out, "Is there anyone asking that I may give him? Is there anyone seeking forgiveness that I may forgive him?" Bukhari and Muslim. To be awake and connected during Fajr means to witness the mercy of Allah firsthand. It's the moment when the soul is most receptive to guidance, when the heart feels closest to its Creator. Failure also marks the beginning of the angelic shift. The angels of the night ascend and the angels of the day take their place, both witnessing your state of worship or negligence. This moment defines the spiritual tone of your entire day. Those who nurture the habit of valuing Fajr notice profound transformation not only in faith but in their daily life. They experience mental clarity, emotional balance, and increased productivity. Their dua carries more power, their heart feels lighter, and their day flows with unseen help, all signs of divine blessing. So, Fajr isn't just a prayer, it's a spiritual awakening, a covenant renewed with Allah every morning. It's a chance to begin again, purified and protected. Whoever honors this time honors their connection with their Creator, and whoever neglects it loses one of the greatest gifts of life, the chance to start the day under Allah's mercy and light. The time after Fajr is one of the most blessed and spiritually charged periods of the entire day. It is during these early hours that Allah sends down Rizq, sustenance, and Barakah, blessing, upon His servants. The Prophet prayed, "Oh Allah, bless my ummah in their early mornings." This hadith alone reveals the immense value of the morning hours. It is a time of unseen divine distribution, when Allah opens the doors of sustenance, peace, and productivity. To sleep during this sacred time is to turn away from that divine gift, missing out on blessings meant to descend upon you. In Islam, Rizq is not limited to money or material wealth. It includes peace of mind, good health, strong relationships, guidance, and spiritual contentment. The early morning after Fajr is when these forms of Rizq are distributed. It's a time when the angels record the deeds of the day, when energy flows with purity, and when Allah's mercy envelops those who remember Him. When a person chooses to sleep right after Fajr habitually, they unintentionally block themselves from that flow of Barakah. The Prophet warned against excessive morning sleep, as it is associated with laziness, heedlessness, ghara, and loss of productivity. It makes the heart heavy, clouds the mind, and distances one from spiritual awareness. Mufti Menk often reminds believers that the morning is not meant for sleep, but for action, remembrance, and gratitude. He says, when you begin your day with worship, your rizq follows you. But when you begin your day with sleep, your rizq passes by you. This profound reflection highlights a spiritual truth. Success is tied to how we use the time after Fajr. The morning hours carry a special energy. Those who stay awake after Fajr, reading Quran, making Dhikr, planning their day, or even starting their work, often find that their day unfolds smoothly. Their minds are sharper, their hearts lighter, and their tasks easier. That's Barakah, Allah's unseen blessing that multiplies effort and brings peace. On the other hand, sleeping after Fajr can bring a heaviness that lasts throughout the day. The body feels tired, the mind distracted, and time seems to slip away. Scholars of Islam have long noted that those who habitually sleep after Fajr struggle to maintain consistency in their worship and discipline in their daily life. Spiritually, it's also said that Shaitan takes advantage of this moment. After Fajr, he whispers comfort and laziness, making sleep feel irresistible. But what appears as rest often becomes spiritual loss. Shaitan aims to rob the believer of morning remembrance and productivity, two acts that build strong faith and attract Allah's mercy. However, it's important to understand balance. Islam doesn't forbid sleeping after Fajr entirely. If one is exhausted due to work, illness, or genuine need, there is no sin. The problem lies in making it a daily habit, ignoring the Prophet's advice and the spiritual treasures of the morning. The believer who values this time experiences miracles in their daily life. Doors of opportunity open, ideas come easily, and inner calm prevails. That's the hidden power of honoring Fajr time. It connects you to Rizq that money cannot buy, and Barakah that effort alone cannot achieve. Islam teaches that nothing in our daily lives is meaningless. Every action carries spiritual weight. Even something as simple as sleeping after Fajr has deep implications when viewed through the lens of the Quran and Sunnah. While rest itself is not forbidden, the habitual neglect of the blessed morning hours comes with spiritual and emotional consequences that the Prophet and scholars have warned us about for centuries. After Fajr, the world awakens. The angels descend. Rizq, sustenance, is distributed, and the light of guidance spreads. It's a sacred window of time filled with divine energy. The Prophet taught that Allah's blessings are concentrated in the morning, saying, "Oh Allah, bless my ummah in their early mornings." Tirmidhi. When a person ignores this blessing and turns to sleep, they turn away from an opportunity Allah Himself has offered. Spiritually, it represents heedlessness, ghafla, being unaware of the value of the time Allah has honored. This heedlessness is one of Shaitan's most subtle traps. The Prophet described how Shaitan works against the believer's discipline at dawn. When one of you sleeps, Shaitan ties 3 knots at the back of his head, saying each time, "You have a long night ahead, so sleep." When he wakes and remembers Allah, 1 knot is undone. When he performs wudu, another is undone. When he prays, all knots are undone and he becomes energetic and happy. Otherwise, he wakes up lazy and with a bad mood. Bukhari and Muslim. This hadith shows that the time after Fajr is a spiritual battleground, a moment where the believer either defeats shaitan or succumbs to his whispers. Those who wake, pray and remain alert gain strength and clarity. Those who go back to sleep out of laziness often feel drained, irritable and disconnected from Allah, even if they can't explain why. The hidden danger is not just physical tiredness, it's spiritual dullness. The person loses the glow of early remembrance, the clarity of mind and the serenity that comes with obeying the Prophet's teachings. Over time, this negligence can form a pattern: delayed productivity, weak focus, reduced motivation for ibadah, and even loss of barakah in daily life. Another subtle warning is related to right sustenance. Islamic scholars mention that Allah decrees provision in the morning. When a person sleeps during this time, they miss the divine flow of sustenance and opportunities. It's not about losing money, it's about losing unseen blessings, peace, inspiration and protection. In contrast, those who value the morning after Fajr are protected from spiritual stagnation. Their hearts feel lighter, their dua carries weight, and their actions flow with ease. The angels witness them in remembrance, and Allah increases their blessings in ways they can't measure. So the real danger of sleeping after Fajr isn't just losing time, it's losing connection. Connection to Allah, to purpose, to productivity and to peace. The Prophet didn't warn us to limit comfort, but to guide us toward greatness. Ignoring that guidance risks falling into shaitan's deception. Comfort today, loss tomorrow. To stay awake after Fajr is to live consciously, embracing Allah's mercy with gratitude. To sleep through it heedlessly is to turn your back on one of the most powerful spiritual gifts of the day, a time when heaven's gates are open and blessings descend upon the mindful. The early dawn prayer is more than just a ritual. It's a sacred opportunity to transform your life. In Islam, this time of day is filled with light, barakah, blessings, and spiritual energy. Yet many underestimate its power, choosing sleep over serenity. When you truly understand what Fajr offers, you realize it's not just a prayer, it's a source of divine empowerment, both spiritually and physically. The time after Fajr is a bridge between the unseen and the seen. The angels descend to witness the believers who remember Allah in those peaceful moments. The Quran says, Indeed, the recitation of the Quran at dawn is ever witnessed. Surah Al-Isra 1778. This verse reminds us that when you pray Fajr and stay awake to worship or reflect, your actions are recorded by angels and honored by Allah Himself. The world is silent, hearts are still, and the air feels purer. It's the perfect time for connection and clarity. When you dedicate the early morning to worship, you're not just earning rewards, you're charging your soul. You begin the day with spiritual energy that guides every action and thought. Your mind becomes sharper, your heart calmer, and your day unfolds with purpose. The Prophet prayed for his followers saying, "O Allah, bless my ummah in their early mornings." This dua is a divine formula for success. When you make use of the morning by reading Quran, making dhikr, setting intentions, or even starting your work, you're stepping into that divine blessing. Many scholars say that those who rise with Fajr and remain awake often experience greater productivity, emotional stability, and peace throughout their day. But the transformation doesn't come automatically. It begins with intention to make your Fajr more than a habit. Turn it into a ritual of renewal. After the prayer, spend a few minutes in gratitude, reflecting on the gift of a new day. Recite morning adhkar, remembrances, to protect yourself from evil and invite divine mercy. Even a few verses of the Quran, read with sincerity, can bring light to your heart and home. Fajr is also a time to make powerful dua, supplication. The early morning is one of the times when prayers are most likely to be answered. When the world sleeps, the gates of mercy are wide open for those who call upon Allah sincerely. This is when destinies can shift, hearts can heal, and blessings can descend. From a worldly perspective, the benefits are just as profound. Waking early resets your body clock, improves focus, and gives you time to plan your day with calmness. The silence after Fajr nurtures creativity and discipline, qualities essential for success. By embracing the Fajr routine, you transform yourself into a person of light and resilience. Every morning becomes a reminder that Allah has given you another chance to rise, not just from sleep, but from heedlessness. The Fajr prayer trains your soul to choose purpose over comfort and faith over laziness. So, if you want to unlock true success in dunya and akhirah, begin with Fajr. Protect that time, honor it, and watch how Allah fills your life with clarity, energy, and divine light.